Hey there! Do you have courses, ebooks, or any digital products you would like to sell to a global audience? Do you know the platform you use is very important to how much sales you make for your digital products? Selar makes selling digital products easy, and we have all the tools you need. Trusted by over 10,000 creators in Africa. On Selar, you can sell ebooks, courses, memberships and subscriptions, services, events and webinar tickets, and really any kind of digital product you can think of. In less than 5 minutes, you can create an online store on Selar and sell your digital products to anyone, anywhere in the world. Go to selar.co, sign up for free, and get started.
Hi guys, my name is Lucky Elahor and I am a digital creator. One of the things I love about Selar is the ease and simplicity it provides for me to be able to transact with clients and students from all over the world. Selar has so many amazing features that I really love, so it would be hard to pick a favorite feature. But if I'm to really pick my favorite feature on Selar, as a queen of automation and someone who likes to link a bunch of products together because I don't want to leave any money on the table, I would say my favorite feature on Selar right now is upsells and cross-sells. I love this feature so much because it allows you to sell related products or even sell the premium offer after someone buys. I love Selar so much, so you should definitely try it.
Hey there, are you a digital product creator and you need a platform that will change the way you sell digital products? I introduce to you Selar Pro Plans. It's time for you to do more with Selar. With Selar Pro Plans, you can sell and host your online courses and have unlimited file storage. And guess what? You can upsell and cross-sell products and get to make more money selling digital products. This is so good! What's more, you can build membership sites with Selar Pro Plans, get unlimited sales pages, sell to anyone, anywhere in the world, and do you know what? You can even have unlimited affiliates to sell your digital products. For just 8,000 Naira per month, you can get started with Selar Pro Plans, and guess what? If you sign up today, you get a 10% discount on your first month using the coupon code SUMMIT10. Yes, just use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get started and get a 10% discount on your first month. Just go to www.selar.co/pricing to get started now.
Hey there! Do you have courses, ebooks, or any digital products you would like to sell to a global audience? Do you know the platform you use is very important to how much sales you make for your digital products? Selar makes selling digital products easy, and we have all the tools you need. Trusted by over 10,000 creators in Africa. On Selar, you can sell ebooks, courses, memberships and subscriptions, services, events and webinar tickets, and really any kind of digital product you can think of. In less than 5 minutes, you can create an online store on Selar and sell your digital products to anyone, anywhere in the world. Go to selar.co, sign up for free, and get started.
Hi guys, my name is Lucky Elahor and I am a digital creator. One of the things I love about Selar is the ease and simplicity it provides for me to be able to transact with clients and students from all over the world. Selar has so many amazing features that I really love, so it would be hard to pick a favorite feature. But if I'm to really pick my favorite feature on Selar, as a queen of automation and someone who likes to link a bunch of products together because I don't want to leave any money on the table, I would say my favorite feature on Selar right now is upsells and cross-sells. I love this feature so much because it allows you to sell related products or even sell the premium offer after someone buys. I love Selar so much, so you should definitely try it.
guys, you all are welcome to the evening session of the Selar Digital Creators Summit. And we've been on this since morning. We've been going back to back to back. We started the day with the amazing Douglas Kendison, the founder and CEO of Selar.co, and we went into Trisha Bees. And after that, the afternoon session, we had the one and only Temi Popular over there. We had an amazing time. We also had Adora Rodo, and after Adora, and also Dr. Joybit, all the way from Cameroon. He joined us in, and it was phenomenal. This evening session, trust me, your mind is about to be blown, because you need to know who we have in the studio. She's right here, and I'm seeing her, and I'm so excited. But before I bring her into the studio, let me just give you a brief introduction on of who we have here. So I'll just quickly play her introduction video, so that you can see how amazing this person is. I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited.
One look and I breathe. One touch feels free. A picture perfect under sun. Everything will probably go.
Hey guys, we are back. And in the studio today with us, we have the phenomenal one and only Blessing Abeng!
Your energy is infectious. Oh my God, Milton.
I know.
How are
So
you
good to
doing?
have
How's
you
it
here.
been
So
so
good to
far?
have
How's
you
the
here.
conference been?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Back to back since morning. It's been amazing. We've had an amazing time. Thank you so much for
Lovely.
being here. How's the weather over there, first of all?
It's great for my skin. It's fine.
I can
Thank
see.
you. It's fine.
I can see. So basically, we've brought you in. We've introduced you. The stage is here. So I'll be leaving the stream right now, and you get to do your thing. We have a whole lot of people from different countries viewing this. In the morning, we had almost 500 views, and before this is done, we'll have up to 1,000. So you're welcome here. The stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, so today I'm supposed to talk to you about how you can communicate your superior value in the marketplace. And that just simply means, how can you stand out? How can you be special? How can you be the one that your customers gravitate towards? How are you the one that is special, the one that they think, oh, this person is for me? Now, before we start talking about every single one of those things, I'm only going to share 5 important tips, and I hope that I have enough time to share every single one. So number one thing you need to do is understand that you're special. And whether as a business or as an individual, you are special. There's something that is unique about you that nobody else has. And that alone is what makes you special. Your ability to then push that thing and upgrade that thing into something that everybody else, recognizes. That's what brings the superiority in it. That's what makes you, the superior person in the marketplace. But you can't communicate what you don't understand. And so number one tip would be know yourself. And for know yourself, it's know yourself as an individual or know yourself as a business. This conversation is for creators, yes, but I also understand that creators have businesses, and it's important to really, really know who you are. And this is great because if you don't know who you are, you will not be able to say anything. If you don't know what something is, you can't explain it. So you need to know something before you can explain it. And that applies to people and that applies to businesses. So in thinking about this in general, how do you get to know yourself? Whenever people approach me in terms of branding or communication, my clients, the first thing I make them do is chill, relax, sit down, and have a conversation with themselves. Who are you? What do you like? What do you not like? Where are you right now in life? Where do you want to go to? Because if you don't understand all of these things, you would struggle. You would really, really struggle, because then you would be looking at everybody else and you would not know what is special about you. You'd be too busy trying to jump on Instagram algorithm, jump on what X person is doing or what Y person is doing, but you wouldn't be grounded in you. And when you don't exist, nothing else exists. You're just a photocopy of the person you're copying. I'd like to think that, if you copy Kim Kardashian too much, you would just be Kim Kardashian's photocopy. You wouldn't be special. And the only thing that makes you stand out, the only way you can be superior is by being special. So, number one thing, know yourself. Number two, know your customer. And this is really important. And I think that this is the most important pillar of everything else after you know yourself. The reason why that is important, again, is if you don't know who you're trying to appeal to, you'd be confused because you're trying to appeal to every single person, but you're not appealing to the main person that matters. So first identify who is the person that matters. Over last weekend on 13th, I think I spent most of my Sunday watching Inventing Anna. And it was such a strong piece because it was about a woman. I would try not to spoil it for everybody. But the moral of the story was that a woman woke up one morning and decided that she didn't like who she was and she wanted to be something else. And for her to become that something else, she consumed lots of resources to understand, how can I speak like the thing that I want to become? What the people that exist in the space that I want to be, what do they care about? Right. And so she did all of that research and gradually positioned herself as a German heiress. That was crazy. That was mind-blowing. And the only reason that was possible was I'm sure everybody saw Anna the liar. Anna did this, Anna did that. But the one thing that stood out for me with Anna was her ability to read people. So everybody she needed to engage with, she would research them prior, think about what is important to those people and use it as her weapon, which then made her very likable, which then made her, well, not so likable, but very endearing, and people wanted to be around her. So why am I telling you this Anna story? Because if you don't know your audience, you will struggle with getting their attention. You would struggle with getting them to care about you. So first things first, who is your audience? And try not to target everybody. I always say, Dangote may be thirsty, but Dangote will not be willing to pay for pure water, even if he's able to pay for it, right? And so what you want to really think about is who wants what I'm offering, but who is willing and able to pay for it as well? Who is the person that I want to talk to? And think about your audience beyond just your customer. If you're into a business, if you're a startup, chances are you want to raise money as well. And so anybody you're pitching to is your customer, is your audience at that point. Anybody who you are trying to pitch to become a member of your team is your audience at that point. And so you have to be very conscious about, who am I talking to? My customer, in terms of my team members, in terms of my investors, in terms of every possible stakeholder that I am going to be, in collaboration with, right? Try to understand, how do they behave? What is important to them? What is hurting them right now? How can I step in and be a solution? And don't sit down in your house and assume that you know your customer. Yes, you can make a couple of assumptions, but go outside there, speak to the person and listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they say is important to them. Because as you listen, you will then realize, oh my God, there might be an opportunity out there. The other thing that is so important with figuring out your customer is foreseeing why they will doubt you. So think to yourself, why would this person not believe me? Yes, I'm trying to be superior in this marketplace that this person is, but what are the things that I would say that would make them not believe me? And by you thinking about that, what you're doing is you're coming up with potential solutions. Indomie didn't pay me for this, but I'm going to still talk about it, right? Everybody knows that noodles can be unhealthy, right? And Indomie probably already thought about this, that one of the things people are going to come out and say is that Indomie is unhealthy. What do they do with their packaging? They put carrots, they put green beans, green pea, chicken on the cover of the pack. And so when you see it with all those greens, you feel, oh, wow, this looks like a balanced diet. This looks like a whole meal. But not necessarily. It's just like playing with your mind. Well, not playing with your mind, but anticipating the concerns that you might have and then coming in to address those concerns. And I think that is really special. And that's something that every single person needs to be able to do, even in their place of work, or as a creator, or as a business. Anticipate, what is my audience going to think about this. What is the question that they have in mind? And how can I answer that question before they ask me? What is, what is the special thing that they would doubt? Why would they doubt me? What is my answer to that doubt? All of those things are super, super important, right? And then the third thing that I would tell you is to invest in your brand. And maybe the better way to put this is, yes, really invest in your brand. The three things that make up a brand: your identity, your communication, and then your credibility. Under your identity, there are things that people see, and there are the things that people do not see. So remember that time I told you that you should get to know yourself and sit with yourself. You want to be able to figure out things like your value. What's your value? What's your personality? What are 5 adjectives that you would use to describe yourself? If you don't know, reach out to a friend, reach out to 5 friends and ask them to send you 5 adjectives that they would use to describe you. So these are really important things. When you figure those things out, you can then begin to visualize it or bring it into visual terms, right? So if you want to be known as a luxury babe, of course you have to dress like a luxury babe. If you want to be known as an everyday person, you have to dress like an everyday person. And beyond dressing, this is where branding comes in, because it's like, as a personal brand, I don't care if you have a logo. The first thing I think about is your face. But as a business, your logo is the first thing that I think about when I think about your name, right? So you want to pick things that really resonate. You want to pick things that make you stand out already. If your name is already generic, no problem. How can you make yours special? Is there something you want to add to it? Remember, the people like Niger Brand Shake, you spoke to Trisha Bees today. Trisha Bees is not her name, but Trisha Bees is now how she is known, because she's not just Trisha. She's Trisha, the business person that you look up to when it comes to business. So those are really important things you want to pay attention to. What is the identity that I want people to know me for? And does it match my personality? Does it match the things that I say, I stand for? And don't just randomly say my value is the most popular value, honesty, loyalty. No, think deeper. There might be something that you really, really care about that you would never compromise on, and take those things really seriously. One other very important part of identity is authenticity. And I will talk about that under the communication space, right? Because I remember I told you identity, communication, and credibility. So under the communication space, there are people that that's how you talk. So right now I'm saying stuff, and there is a way that I talk. There's a way that I am passing that information across. I love to tell stories, right? So if one of the amazing stories, like one of the amazing ways that I pass my messages across is through stories, and I know how to simplify things to make it easy for you to understand. So I might be talking about very complex things, and it will be so easy to you. You wouldn't even realize that, oh, this was supposed to be complex. And that's what makes me special. And that's probably why some people listen to me over other branding gurus that exist. But there are other people who don't like me talking simply, and they prefer the person who is a guru that speaks very, complex languages, right? And for that other person special. For some other people, it's the fact that I probably like black and white, or the fact that I go for my friends' weddings when they follow me on Instagram. It's like they find other ways to relate with me beyond just the fact that I know branding and communication. But the only reason why that exists is because I've been authentic enough to share myself in the way that I am comfortable sharing. So think about yourself and say, what is something that I am happy to share, but what is something that I will never share no matter what happens, right? Think really deeply about that. Know what you want to share, know what you will never share, and use the things that you're happy to share to cement your authenticity. Let people get to know you for who you are. Try to stick to the things that you know you're comfortable doing in line with your values. And with communication, there is something called sound branding. A lot of people are not very aware that sound branding exists. There's so many types of branding that exist, and I probably should break down a time, to really talk deeply about this, because we have just a few minutes. But within the sphere of branding, beyond just what you say, right now I'm talking and my hand is going. You can tell that I am a very energetic person who talks a certain way, but somebody else would have been having this conversation and have been calm. Their voice would be a certain way, and you would be able to recognize them for that. That's what makes them special. So you figure out yours. What is special about how you communicate? Is it the way you talk? Is it the words you say? Is it your facial expressions? Is it how you communicate the message? Figure out what's special about you. The third thing is credibility. And two most important things that I want you to remember of all the things under credibility, because there's so many, is your track record and your collaborations. Under credibility, people spend lots of money on PR, on trying to pay a lot of people to talk about them. But there's just a limit to how many people you can possibly pay, except you have a lot of money, right? But how can you navigate people seeing you as a credible part of your life? Because again, the whole business, the whole establishing your superior value in the marketplace is all about trust. It's like, how can you be the one that people trust the most? How can you be the one that they know, that they like, and they trust? That's what you're trying to do. Simply, that's really what you're trying to do. But you can't achieve that if you can't achieve that trust if people don't feel like you're credible enough, right? And so, how do you build credibility? Number one is through your track record. Try to do good work. Don't only package. But when we open, like, think about it. When came here, or if imagine if not Misha, let's assume that one of your friends promised you a Valentine's gift. And then with the Valentine's gift that they promised you, you see a big truck pulling up by your area, and you're like, my friend has shown up for me, and there's this really big truck, and the truck has like a beautiful, handwritten message on it, like, oh, happy Valentine's Day to you, right? To you specifically. The truck now pulls up in front of your house. You're really excited, wondering, what is this gift this person is about to give me? And you open the truck, there's now one big box. The box is wrapped, beautiful wrapping. And you open up the beautiful wrapping, and then one dirty rag just drops on the floor. How are you going to feel? I will be personally very disappointed. But that's what you do when you package something that is a bad product. Packaging cannot hide bad content. It just can't. It can only cover it for so long, but it can't hide it. Eventually, people will see the bad content inside. And by bad content, if it's empty, it's empty. If it's dirty, right? You can't hide things with packaging, which is why branding is so much more diverse than packaging, because the content has to be bam and the cover has to be bam as well. So think really deeply about, what is my track record? What am I known for? And have I done it as excellently as possible? Am I consistent in excellent delivery? Do I have enough to, like, if people say, what have you done? Can I pull out and be like, look at all those great things that I've done? Yes, I sold a company. I sold a tech company. Yes, I have worked for brands internationally and nationally. Yes, these are the different things that I'm doing, and I can show you how I have done it, right? Because it's not enough to do those things. It's also important to be able to show my work and be able to create repeatable success. So as you're going ahead with your life right now, just take notes, write down, this is what I did, this is how I did it, this is how I achieved this result. Experiment a lot. But as you also, progress, keep a track record, keep a place. This literally, some people call it CV, some people call it portfolio, but have a place where we can go back and say, okay, yes, this person is really good at what they say they're good at. If it's a business, let's see your track record, and we can see that through testimonials of your clients. The final part of that credibility thing is partnership. Now, I see a lot of people collaborating way more than it used to be a couple of years ago. COVID also really fostered collaboration to a very big degree. And I keep thinking, collaboration is so important. However, don't collaborate because somebody has numbers. Don't collaborate just because of what you can get from someone. Always think about, will I be proud to be associated with this person's brand? If this person was not as popular, will I still want to do this thing with them? Do I appreciate their values? Do our values connect? There's no reason why KFC will be doing something with a vegetarian. Like, imagine that I'm a vegan influencer. There's no reason as a vegan influencer that I should be doing anything with KFC, because KFC is a meat brand. How do I show my authenticity? I show that this is really a value that I take seriously if I am giving away my values in the name of collaboration and money, right? So really think about associating with people who elevate your values, who you share a goal with, have a shared mission, or have something at least that is shared, somebody you're proud to be part of, like somebody you're proud to associate with, rather. And so really think about the kind of people that you collaborate with. That also includes the kind of people you reach out to do any kind of press for you, the kind of events that you accept to attend. I'm so happy to be here because everyone knows that I love creators. I love creating for creators. And I'm happy to be here. This is the Creator Summit, so it makes a lot of sense. However, if this wasn't a Creator Summit and it was something else that I don't feel comfortable with, I would say no to it. I say no to a lot of brands because I don't believe in the product, or even if I believe in it, it's not something that I want to share with the community that I have. So really, really pay attention to your track record and to the kind of people that you collaborate with as you work towards building superior value. Now, the most important thing that I haven't said yet, which is my number 4, is don't be afraid to show your work. Yes, see, there was a story. I was talking to Bankole Williams one time, and he said something about, oh, everybody keeps going, oh, seest thou a man, not to go all spiritual, but seest thou a man diligent in his work, he shall stand before kings, right? But people keep missing the CS, because it's like you can be diligent in your work, whatever work you are doing, but if nobody is seeing you, you're not going to stand before any king, right? And so really, really think about it and ask yourself, am I showing my work? Do people know about this work that I say that I am doing? Don't be shy, because again, if a child was walking beside you and was really hungry and all their ribs were showing and you had crackers in your hand, you wouldn't say, oh, let me wait till I have rice and chicken before I feed this child. No, you would give the child the crackers. But by giving that child crackers, you're showing empathy. It's not about being an introvert. It's not about being a shy person. It's about, I have this service, I have this skill, or I have this talent, and this other person is suffering because I haven't shared it with them. And so for more people who are suffering to discover me, I need to talk about it. If you're having headache, it would be painful. In fact, let's use a perfect example. COVID is going on right now, right? And imagine if someone actually had a cure for COVID and they were hiding it under their bed because they are shy. That person needs to talk about the cure that they have found so that everybody can be delivered from this misery of poking my nose every time I need to travel and things like that. Right. So really, really think about it. Every time you show your work, you are not bragging. You are not being an extrovert. What you're doing is that you're making your solution available to the people who need it, who are otherwise going through a certain kind of pain that you and only you can alleviate, right? And so show your work. By showing your work consistently, and the different ways to show your work, right? You could show your work through teaching. You could show your work by experimenting in public and say, guys, this is something that I am trying to figure out right now. Go on the journey with me. You could show your work by asking questions. You could show your work by reading a book and coming to talk about that book and say, this is the book I read, guys, and these were the things I learned from it, and I'm going to practice. And now that I have practiced, this is where I am now, right? So these are different ways that you can show your work. Beyond that, I think there's one more thing. The last and final thing that I wanted to tell you is to clean the lights. Clean the lights is my 5th tip. And this tip is important because I'm going to tell you a story that I stumbled upon during COVID. A woman sent a WhatsApp message, and I think she shared her story about how she used to be a cleaner. And as a cleaner, she used to clean people's houses. And when she was done, she would go over to the people who look like her target audience and say, oh, I clean houses. What do you think? How can I clean better? Which in itself is a tip, but like, always take feedback and ask for it, right? So she would go and she would ask all these questions. And when she's done, people would tell her different things like, oh, try this designer mop, try this detergent, try this soap, try this. They had all these tips and interesting tricks that they were giving her. Interestingly, this woman decided, there was always a woman who was sitting by the bus corner and never used to speak. And one day she walked to that woman and said, oh, I always ask this question. You've never really answered me. What do you think? And that woman said, clean the lights. And that was such an obvious answer in the sense that nobody remembers to clean the lights, which is weird because when you dust and you sweep, it goes up. And this is a bulb, you can, hold some dust. And so this girl went back home. Immediately, she took that feedback and effected it, and she cleaned the lights. And immediately after she cleaned the lights, she noticed that everywhere seemed to shine different, right? And so right after, one of her clients came back to the house, the first house that she cleaned the lights at, and the person said, "Wow, what did you do differently? What was that thing that you did? It's so different. Why is everywhere so different?" And she said, "Oh, I just cleaned the lights," right? And that was such an obvious thing to do, but it never occurred to her to do. So really think about it in your career, in your industry, in your business, in everything that you do. What is that obvious thing that you can do that can make you the differentiator? The thing that everybody else is ignoring, but your customer would take it really personally. You'd be really excited that you did it. Think about it. Like, what is the light in my business, in my career, in creating that I have not cleaned? But if I clean, would make all of the difference. Really think about it, because sometimes the thing that makes you unique is not something else. It's just one little tiny obvious thing that you could have done that would change the whole message. And as a bonus point, the only way you can truly be consistent, you can truly be superior and show that you have value, is truly by being consistent. And it's difficult to be consistent, but really think about the musicians who have made it, the artists who have have stayed through time, the actors. Think about anybody in any industry who has transcended time. The one thing that they all have in common is consistency. But please hear me when I say this, that consistency doesn't mean you have to post on Instagram every day. It doesn't mean you have to show up every day. It means you have to choose the frequency that you would show up in and show up that way consistently. And this conference will not be complete, or this summit will not be complete, if I don't tell you about the brush your teeth phenomena, which I stumbled on again during COVID. We all think we're not consistent at a lot of things, but we're so consistent. We brush every day, we bath every day, but you wouldn't stop brushing just because you missed one day. However, as creators, we're always so hard on ourselves, and we're like, oh, I didn't post today. Let me disappear. The whole world is judging me. No, don't be like that. If you miss one day of brushing your teeth, guess what you're going to do next day? You're either going to brush harder, right? You're not going to give up brushing forever. So apply the same mechanism into anything you're trying to be consistent at. Think about, how can I show up consistently at this frequency that I have promised? How can I keep my promise? How can I serve? And how can I keep my promise? How can I serve my audience? And how can I keep my promise? I hope that this helps you as you navigate your marketplace. I hope this helps you communicate your superior value as you navigate things. I hope you keep brushing your teeth, and I hope you clean the lights. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Are there any questions?
Whoa, that was so good. Keep brushing your teeth, guys. Keep brushing your teeth.
I mean, Milton, you
Wow.
invited me for a reason. I had to represent.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you came, you killed everything back to back. Oh wow, man! Like, I've been hearing so much about Blessing Abeng, and I just got to have the Blessing Abeng experience right now. Okay, so guys,
I'm
it's
so
time for
happy
us to
with
take
that.
questions. So guys, it's time for us to take questions. So please put your questions in the comment box, and let's take your questions. Okay, put your questions in the comment box, and let's take your questions. We've been having an amazing time here. But Blessing, I have one question to ask before the audience gets to ask their question. How do you build like a solid business around your personal brand? For instance, PCT Michelle built like a pretty good solid business around her personal brand. Trisha B's, Nigeria brand chief, even yourself too. How do you build a solid business around your personal brand, where your personal brand is not just a personal brand, but is a brand other people and businesses want to associate with?
That's amazing. Thank you for that question. Well, I like to teach with examples, right? So that people can see that it's possible. So let's talk about Kim Kardashian, right? Kim is really interesting to me because it was supposed to be a PR mess. Whatever happened to her at the time was supposed to be a PR mess. However, she decided to build a personal brand, or at least her mom helped her build a personal brand. Once you have built a personal brand, it means that people trust you. And the strong thing about personal brands is once you have that brand, one of the things you want to really follow up with is to build a community. Because if people trust you, they're probably going to trust the next thing that you do. Not all of them will follow you, but at least a ton of them will say, because Blessing did this thing, he has to be great. Because Blessing did this thing, he has to be good. It's like anything Obama chooses to do today, if he writes a book, he's going to sell. If he does anything educational, he's going to make it. Like if he decides that he wants to start selling Obama houses, it's really, really going to blow. So you just have to decide on what exactly is it that you want to do. What is the problem that you want to solve that aligns with the value? So it doesn't look like you're changing because you started a business. Also ask, what are solutions that are available around this thing? There's a reason why people are gravitating towards me right now. Is there a solution that I can create where I can give them extra value that can transform their lives, right? And if you feel like, okay, maybe I want to, people already see me as a fashion icon, I want to build a fashion business, I want to make XYZ, you be your ambassador, you wear those clothes, right? Because people already love you and they like how you look in those things. They would be willing to buy from you. So in thinking about building the business, first don't be in the weeds, or don't imagine that building a business is the same as having a personal brand. It's different, because then you need structure, then you need to hire people, then you need to make sales. There's so many layers to it. So don't be scared to ask for help, but also decide very early if you want to be the face of that business or if you don't want to be the face of that business. But if you choose that you want to be the face of that business, then you also have to be your business's brand ambassador. And you have to speak to that business, build a great community that already loves what you stand for. And it's you they're buying into and not the business. They're buying into you. And then make them realize that, your life, you are like your values are at stake. And so when you communicate that it's first values for me before anything else, they begin to trust you even more, and they'll be willing to buy anything that you offer. But don't only rely on your personal brand alone. No. Collaborate with other people whose values align with you, so you can make even more sales.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love how you excellently answer questions. I mean, this is the Blessing Abeng's effect. So we have 3 questions. One from Wanchuku Prince Ina Emeka. He says, "How do you create credibility when you're just starting out for the first time?"
Okay, so show us your journey of you starting out, right? Because even if you're starting from zero, you are starting. We need to see that start. Announce it if you're comfortable with announcing that, oh, hi guys, I'm about to do XYZ. But don't be under the impression that you're just going to go from start to 100, like from 0 to 100. Don't look forward to quick wins, right? Pay your dues. Really, really do the things you need to do. Experience what you need to experience. By doing, you are building credibility. By showing up in a certain way, you're building credibility. By saying, guys, this is what I'm trying to do. Follow me on my journey. And then the things that you learn, teach it to others and say, oh, guys, I did this yesterday. This was what I learned from that thing that I did. You're building credibility. But there's another big concept that really helps with building credibility. And that's this concept that I talk about a lot. Don't work for free, but work for value. And for you, value might be experience. Value might be exposure. It might be network. It might be something else. For some people, value is money, but for you, value might not be money. In fact, what value is changes from time to time. However, once you've said yes to doing something, you have to do that thing excellently, no matter what's going on, no matter what life is throwing at you, you have to do your best for that thing, right? So coming back to don't work for free, work for value. Identify particular things, sit with yourself and say, what do I want to become? Or what do I want to be next year? What do I want to be known for in the next 12 months? What is important to me? Who are the people that where can I walk to be able to get to that place that I'm trying to get to next year? Who can I associate with to be able to get to that place that I'm trying to get to next year? And that becomes the frame of value that you're thinking about. There's a friend, well, now friend, but at that time she wasn't my friend. There's somebody that I met, and she was a top level somebody at a particular industry. She quit being a top level person at that industry and went to become an intern in a whole different industry, in a different company, took a whole pay cut and started afresh. Now she is the head of a multi-million-dollar business. And never could have happened if she did not start as an intern at the particular place that she started, because that place was really instrumental in how she grew, what she learned, and the things that she became aware of. Another way is to find a mentor, right? Mentors are, I feel like, in many ways, for some people, mentors can be overrated. There's some people you can get mentorship from afar by reading their books, watching their interviews. But if you want to push it a little bit further, there's a book I read called Forget a Mentor, Find a Sponsor, right? You could go beyond having a mentor and finding somebody who truly believes in you, who is willing to advocate for you and speak for you in tables and rooms that you probably would never sit at or enter. Right. And so by just having those kind of associations of people that you look up to, who give you advice, and you take that advice, you come back and say, this question I asked you, this was the thing that you told me, and this was how I this was how I applied it, and this is how it has helped my life. But this is the new problem I'm encountering. How do I go forward? Those people take you very seriously, and they can see your progress, and they're willing to advocate for you in spaces and rooms that you are not present in. So take that very seriously, but also be a person of value to the mentor or the sponsor. So you don't look like a leech who is just sucking, not even leech. You be a parasite. You're just sucking from your mentor, but you're not giving anything back. So try to be important, try to be valuable, and think about how you can also add value to that mentor or sponsor. I hope I felt like I give like four ways you can build the credibility. So I hope that helps.
Amazing. So, I mean, I see people here saying, you're giving out knowledge. Someone else is saying, shooting sounds great value, Blessing. Weekends, how do you discover yourself? But I think she has actually done just.
Just answer questions. Yeah, ask yourself the right questions and answer them. Ask questions about yourself.
But,
oh wait, I think there's a better way to say this, Milton. Imagine that you're going on a date with yourself, right? What are the things you would want to know about just imagine that this is you now, but you're going on a date with yourself, so another you. What are important things you would like to know about somebody you would want to date? What are questions you would have? What are things that would be deal breaker? Just ask yourself those questions like you were asking somebody you want to date. Those questions, right? And you'll begin to find things about you. Then about personalities, to find your personality, go to 16personalities.com and answer the questions there as honestly as you can. 16personalities.com. Answer the questions as honestly as you can. Then ask yourself 5 adjectives you want. Like if you could describe yourself in 5 adjectives, what would they be? Reach out to 5 of your other friends and ask them to describe you in 5 adjectives. Look for the what's it called? Look for the similarities between. Sorry, guys. Look for the similarities between the things that all your 5 friends have said. Which ones were recurring? Which ones did you like? Which one did you not like? Which one did they say about you that you did not know about yourself? And which one did you say about yourself that they did not say about you? Those are really important ways to just sort of find out the things about you that are a certain way and find out the things about you that you never knew about yourself. So that's one.
Amazing, guys. So go check out 16personalities.com. It's an amazing, site to
These
just
people
get
need
to
to
like
pay
know
me.
about.
I'm telling you,
Right.
I used to always talk about them.
It's an amazing platform. I've used it also, and like it gave me so much clarity. So if Blessing is endorsing it, then it's legit. So we have one more question that I think it's an amazing question from Asang Azingwi. Asang, where are you from, please? So Asang says, I love how easy you communicate what you know. However, what are some of the mistakes you've made earlier in your career so young creators can learn to avoid?
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. Thank you. I think I have 2 that I can share, but let me share one first. The first thing, I knew branding and I'll share 2. The first one was that I knew branding and communications. I knew it, but I don't know. I just never talked about it. So I was doing branding and communications for other people in the world and other big brands, but I was not talking about the fact that I was doing all these things. So people didn't even know that I knew it. Right. So I wasn't showing my work, which is why I said, try your possible best to show your work. I wasn't showing my work. And the reason why that was important was that when people searched me, there was a time I opened the very first course I ever did. I had only one attendee, only one person paid for my course. And the person who paid, I gave my best though, but it made me think that why did this person not really, like, why is only one person that paid? And when I really thought about it, I checked my Instagram, I checked my Twitter, I checked every platform that mentions me. There's nothing, like there was nothing to show that I knew my work. There was nothing to show that I knew anything about the topic that I was talking about. So when you come on my Instagram, for example, you see me in Zanzibar, you see me chopping life somewhere, eating great food, hanging out with my friends, but you wouldn't see anything about branding and communication. So people didn't trust me enough to pay money for my course. However, that changed very quickly. Very few months, took like less than 3 months. I started teaching about branding. I just started talking about it the way I knew it. And then just like that, I used to sell out courses. Sometimes even before I over-announce it, I could just say, oh guys, I'm thinking about doing this course. So people will already drop money and buy and pay. So yeah, that's one big mistake I made. The second one is which I think a lot of people do, is that you underestimate what people don't know and overestimate you overestimate what people don't know and you underestimate what you know, right? So you think, oh, everybody should know this. So for example, I've been talking to a couple of my friends about sound branding recently, right? And I realized a lot of them don't even know what sonic branding is, like sound branding. That thing that happens whenever you hear a Nokia ringtone, or you hear "da-da" from Netflix, or you hear iPhone's ringtone. It's like you can identify a brand just based on particular sounds that they have associated and played over and over again. But I didn't know that they didn't know. I mean, I expected some would not know, but a lot of people did not know. And I'm sure so many people on this chat that we're having now also do not know, right? And I would have just guessed that people knew it. There's a video I saw on YouTube. The person was teaching people how to boil egg, and the person got 10 how to cook an egg. 10 million views. Are you telling me that 10 million people in the world don't know how to boil egg? I do tell Selem King that I told you. Selem King is one of the people that don't know how to boil egg because he's the one I've seen born egg the most consistent time. I did not tell you guys this thing. This is a secret between us. And so I'm sure Selem King is one of the 10 million people that watched that video. I mean, what is my point in all of this? It's like you know more than you give yourself credit for. Teach what you know. The little that you think you know, teach it. There are people who don't know it, and they'll be happy to hear it from you, right? All the things that I've said, I used to think people knew them. Apparently, a lot of people do not. And so don't underestimate what you know. Don't overestimate what people know. And please, and please, and please, show your work. Talk about your work. It's what's going to get you to where you want to get to. Next question, please. Milton, I saw a cosmetic question. Could you show me again? I missed it. Okay, that's such a great question, Favor. It's just that the whole of this session that I spoke for 30 minutes was literally to tell you this, right? So just pick everything that I said and put it in your cosmetic business, and you'll be able to communicate your superior value in that field. Other things you can try to do is just, again, what kind of business do you want to build? Who do you want to build it for? Understand that person, reach out to the person who looks like the kind of customer you would want for your cosmetic business. Ask them what their pain points are. Ask them questions, right? By asking good questions, you get good answers, you get great ideas. So ask them questions. Try to Google what people are asking about in cosmetics right now. What is important to them? What are particular problems that they're facing? Just really try to do your research. And then when you're done, try to build a great brand based on the research that you have done and based on your understanding of yourself. And then find your authenticity as you do that. And remember to build a great identity while you're doing it. Communicate exactly what it is that you want people to know about you and say it as often as you can. Also, really listen. Pay attention to what people are not saying as well, right? So really listen. Listening is a big part of communication. Do a lot of social listening and then associate with, first build a track record, ensure like the product that you're building delivers on the promise that you have said it will deliver on, because all you're trying to do is get people to know you, like you, and trust you, right? As soon as you're done with that, the next thing you want to do, as I said, is show your work and then figure out what is unique about your business, which is the clean the lights part, and then be consistent about how you're going about it, right? And that's really going to help you. I also have a whole sales funnel that I don't know how I can share this with you guys, but I wrote about how you can use the funnel strategy to create kind of content that would help you generate sales, right? And it's really, really simple. It's like, figure out at the awareness phase, people don't know your name, they don't know the name of your business, but they know their problem, and they're going to Google their problem. When they Google that problem, are you popping up, or is a resource that you created popping up, right? Really think about that, create that for your awareness part, right? Keep it interesting, make them smile, give them an emotion to remember. Then from there, they get interested. It's like, who is this person? Which is why your about page has to be great, your bio has to be great. So at that point where they're interested in you, they're trying to get more information about you. So creatively and clearly state your value proposition, what makes you special as per who you are, who you're for, what you do, how you do it, and what makes that special, right? So really clearly state that at your about pages or wherever. Just tell your own story. Use storytelling to your advantage. And then from that moment, they then start comparing you to other solutions, which is the consideration phase. It's like they're wondering, should I use this person? Should I use Favor, or should I use somebody else? So at that point where they're considering, try to give them options, help them see without telling them, without saying, oh, Favor cosmetic is better. You could say other cosmetics do not take into account your skin tone, but on our cosmetic, We write the different skin tones that you need, blah blah blah. That's really important. So you can just show the difference between you and somebody else without necessarily saying that that's what you're doing, but then you're comparing on behalf of your audience. And so now your audience is beginning to feel like, oh, okay, this was something I was worried about before, but you've put it to rest. Also, at the point of consideration, that's where you want to share your testimonials, customer testimonials, right? And so that people can see these are the people who have used it, this is how they felt, and this is what they enjoyed, and all of that. And then finally, at the point where they're taking action, make it easy for them to buy, make it easy for them to know how to buy, and then build a community around your cosmetic world. There's a community right now that I know. They built a community first, and then now they create for that community. The community decides and says, these are a few ideas of things that we need. And then they will do a voting thing. People will vote for the thing that they say that they need the most. The thing that gets the highest votes, they create it. And then after they create it, they sell it back to that same community that suggested it. And guess what happens? They've been selling out consistently. So I hope this answers your favor.
Your answer is like a master class. Let me just put it out there. Your answer is like a master class. I mean, it's so good. Wow, 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 wow. So just like give an insight of like the people we have here. We have someone, Asangi Azingwi from Cameroon. Actually, yeah, we have Enwenya Mbesa from Cameroon also. I mean, people from Ghana, they are here.
Selar International. What?
Yeah, so yeah, so I mean, but so we'll be wrapping up soon. But before we wrap up, I want you to give us your final words. You understand? Because I mean, look at your brand. You've built this very strong, powerful personal brand. I mean, you did an amazing work with oh, I can't forget the name of this amazing platform that Flutter we've just acquired. Disha Page, right? You did an amazing work with Disha Page.
Disha.
Yes, I mean you did an amazing work with them actually, right? And right now you're with Investing for Good, just doing amazing things. What are your 3 best advice for people that are looking forward to like communicating their superior value in the marketplace? Your 3 best top 3 advice.
It's hard, but I'll try. So number one, please, and please start. Don't just take everything that I've told you now and just put it in your back pocket and be feeling gingered and stop there. No. Everything I've told you is just information. And the only way you can turn it to knowledge is by practicing. So take everything that I've said, pick the ones that you want to practice, pick at least one thing that you're going to do at least this week, and practice, start, do something. Let it not be an idea. Go and do. It's by doing that you would make mistakes and then you would get better. Quick story again, guys. I love telling stories, and you may have noticed. During lockdown, I baked bread for the first time by myself. And after I baked my first bread, at the time that I was trying to bake the bread, I googled a lot of recipes, right? And all of these recipes were like 2-minute recipes. You know how YouTube is, and they've got short, a lot of things, 1-minute recipes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, lots of short recipes. So I picked one and I baked bread. But the difference was that even if the recipe was 5 minutes, it took me over an hour to bake the bread, because you even have to wait for the bread to rise and all of that, right? So it took me over an hour to bake that bread. And just to relate this right now, the next time I try to bake bread, I failed at it woefully because I poured cold. Actually, I just really feel the bread didn't rise, it burned, so many things, because I was trying to feel like I could do it by myself, right? So I experimented and I failed. But the difference was that I Googled why I must have failed. So I tried to find out what are the possible reasons why my bread did not work. And then I realized it was because I poured cold milk in my yeast. And so the yeast didn't react. Yeast always requires warm stuff to react. All of this story to tell you, okay, so consistently after that, I went back to the recipe, I baked and I baked and I baked until now I can bake with my eyes closed. I can bake different types of bread. All of this story to tell you, number one, first, the most important thing is I might have spoken to you for 40 minutes, 50 minutes and whatnot, but it might take you years to practice the things that I have said, but you will not get the benefit if you don't practice it, if you don't start, if you don't do. Right. So all of the things I've said will not mean anything. Number two, you're going to fail a couple of times, but as you do, you would have newer questions. You will realize your mistakes, and you'll be able to say, oh, this was the thing I failed at. Oh, wow, this was why I failed. This was why I couldn't get this done. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to always DM me at Blessing Abeng _ on Twitter or Instagram to ask me questions, or LinkedIn, right? Look for me, ask me follow-up questions that you tried XYZ thing and see what it led through. And then the next thing that I noticed is that my scenario might not be your scenario. I realized that the person I was watching was baking bread in the US, but I was in Nigeria. The instrument I was using, the things that I was using, all of them were very different from her conditions. So learning how to adapt the things that I've learned into my context and my personal lifestyle was also another important thing that I learned through that process. And I'm telling you this so that you can take these things that I've taught you, but adapt it to your own unique context, right? Because it might not work exactly the same way that I have said it would work, but because you are conversant with your own current context, you can say, okay, maybe I should tweak this a little bit and do it a little bit like this to make it work for me, right? And the final thing is you have to keep doing, you have to keep practicing until you get it firm, like until you are strong at heart to be able to do it all by yourself without support. But you will never get there if you don't practice. So yes, number one, start. Number two, practice, practice, practice. That's the only way you really build a track record. And number three, please and please and please don't be scared to show your work. And as a number four, because Milton asked me for only three, I'm going to give you number four. Don't forget to brush your teeth and clean the lights. That's all from me, guys.
Don't forget to brush your teeth and clean the lights. That is.
Even if that's all you remember, I'm okay. As long as it's not all you see from this particular session, please, I'm okay.
Oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. Blessing, 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 blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, people love this session. Rehoboth Oluchi says, keep it doing until you get it right. People are clapping for you. People are saying thank you. Blessing, you're a superstar. Obviously, you're a superstar. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. On behalf of the team at Selar, I really want to say thank you for being here and dishing value and doing an amazing work. I love what you do. I'm inspired by your work and thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's such a pleasure. I really love creators. You guys know this, and I'm so proud that I'm a creator, and I'm so proud that you guys did this Creator Summit. And thank you for the work that you guys are doing for creators. It's amazing.
Thank you. I want to quickly take a photo before you go, so I can tell my people that I took a photo with Blessing Abeng. Yes, let's do this.
You
Awesome,
guys,
guys.
Anybody who is here, wait. Anybody who is here, I and Milton are going to pose again, right?
Blessing, you're muted.
Sorry, guys, my AirPods died. Yes, I was saying, no matter what the phone, if you're using a phone, if you're using a laptop, whatever, take a screenshot. Milton and I are going to pose now, and then tweet the one thing you took out of this session, or post on Instagram stories. Tag Milton, tag Selar, tag Blessing. Tell us one thing you took out of this in a tweet. Right? I'm about to post. Are you guys ready? Thank you, guys. This was fun.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Blessing. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. I enjoyed this session. Thanks a lot, Blessing, and have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Hey guys, did you enjoy the session? How was the session for you? If the session was phenomenal, let me see. Give me the fire emoji on the comment box below. If the session was phenomenal, give me the fire emoji on the comment box below. Give me the fire emoji. Oh my God, yes. Also, Blessing is amazing. Great. Amazing. I love the feedback here. Rehoboth is saying thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you so much, Blessing. Amazing. Oh, I can see Zainab. Zainab is an amazing merchant at Selar. Zainab is here right now. Hello, Zainab. How are you doing today? Glory Ajola. Amazing. Guys, I think what stood out for me was how Blessing was able to communicate what she knows and communicate her value. And our next session is by 7:40 p.m. And guess what? We are having the founder and CEO of Teachable. The founder and CEO of Teachable. See, if you're in the creator economy, if you're in the creator space, you know that Teachable is a very, very big and huge platform, guys. So, and we are so happy. We are so happy that the founder and CEO of Teachable is going to be here. And I mean, the CEO and founder of Selar will be hosting that session also. And guys, before we go off, let me tell you about Selar.co. Selar is I mean, you can use Selar to like sell your digital products, online courses, ebooks, mastermind program subscriptions. And I mean, the amazing about Selar is it's not just affordable, but it does the job, right? So for instance, we have like very amazing things like the abandoned cart automation email that sends out to people, right? If like they have like, if they did not complete a transaction, or is it like the upsell and cross-sell feature where you can legitimately make more money selling your digital products? And guys, guess what? When we're about starting the summit, I told my team, see, everybody that shows up in this summit must get 10% off Selar Pro plans. And guys, that's why we're giving you 10% off Selar Pro plans. So go to Selar.co right now, Selar.co/pricing, and use the coupon code SUMMIT10 and get a 10% off on your first month on Selar. And it's very affordable, just 8,000 per month. You can get to, like you said, that's like host up to like 10 online courses with unlimited videos. Not just that, even video courses too. You can use it to like build sales page, and like our affiliate marketing feature is so amazing. So guys, go to Selar.co/pricing and use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get a 10% discount on your first month. I will see you guys in the next session, which is by 7:40. Please pay attention to the Telegram channel, as we are going to send a whole lot of communication there on the next session. But for now, take care of yourself, have an amazing time, and go to Selar. Use the coupon code SUMMIT10. Use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get a 10% discount on your first month. Go to Instagram and Twitter. That screenshot you took, tweet it. Tag at TrySelar on Instagram, or also at TrySelar on Twitter. Tag at Milton22 on Instagram, and also at Milton22 on Twitter, and also at Blessing Abeng on Blessing Abeng _ on Instagram and also on Twitter. Tag us and post it and tell us one thing you learned from this session. Okay, tell us one thing you learned from this session, and I'm sure, right, we are going to repost it and also engage with you. So guys, thanks a lot for your time. See you by 7:40 p.m. Have a great night. Bye.
Hey there, are you a digital product creator and you need a platform that will change the way you sell digital products? I introduce to you Selar Pro Plans. It's time for you to do more with Selar. With Selar Pro Plans, you can sell and host your online courses and have unlimited file storage. And guess what? You can upsell and cross-sell products and get to make more money selling digital products. This is so good! What's more, you can build membership sites with Selar Pro Plans, get unlimited sales pages, sell to anyone, anywhere in the world, and do you know what? You can even have unlimited affiliates to sell your digital products. For just 8,000 per month, you can get started with Selar Pro Plans, and guess what? If you sign up today, you get a 10% discount on your first month using the coupon code SUMMIT10. Yes, just use the coupon code SUMMIT10 to get started and get a 10% discount on your first month. Just go to www.selar.co/pricing to get started now.
Hi guys, my name is Lucky Elahor and I am a digital creator. One of the things I love about Selar is the ease and simplicity it provides for me to be able to transact with clients and students from all over the world. Selar has so many amazing features that I really love, so it would be hard to pick a favorite feature. But if I'm to really pick my favorite feature on Selar, as a queen of automation and someone who likes to link a bunch of products together because I don't want to leave any money on the table, I would say my favorite feature on Selar right now is upsells and cross-sells. I love this feature so much because it allows you to sell related products or even sell the premium offer after someone buys. I love Selar so much, so you should definitely try it.